pray tell your sister that I'm delighted to hear of her progress in music, and let her know that I'm quite in raptures with her beautiful little design for a table.
Will you allow me to defer your raptures till I write again? I really haven't room to do them justice.
It's of no consequence. I shall see her soon.
I'm hungry. May I get you some fruit, Miss Elizabeth?
No, thank you. Miss Eliza, let me persuade you to join me in taking a turn about the room. You'll find it very refreshing after sitting for so long.
With pleasure.
Mr. Darcy, will you join us?
No, thank you. I can imagine only two motives for your walking, with either of which my joining you would interfere.
What does he mean by that, Miss Elizabeth?
If I read his character correctly, he means to be severe upon us. And the best way of disappointing him is not to ask.
I'm not sure that your character reading is too brilliant, Miss Elizabeth.
Anyway, I must know. Pray explain what the two motives might be, Mr. Darcy.
I've not the smallest objection to explaining. Either you have secret affairs to discuss, or you are conscious that your figures show to the greatest advantage while walking. In the first case, I should be completely in your way, and in the second, I can admire you much better from where I am.
How perfectly abominable. What shall we do to punish him, Miss Eliza?
As you know him so well, I shall leave his punishment to you. I must go up and see Jane. Good night.
Good night.
Why disclaim punishment, Miss Elizabeth, when you deliberately inflict it by leaving us so soon?
If my departure is any punishment, Mr. Darcy, you are quite right. My character reading is not too brilliant. Good night.
Scusate.
Ah, signorina Jane. Come sta sua sorella? Siamo veramente in ansia per lei.
Oh, speravo stesse meglio stasera, signor Bingley, ma invece è ancora piuttosto abbattuta. Le ho dato le medicine e spero riesca a dormire.
Ho detto alla governante di vegliarla questa notte.
Oh, non vogliamo disturbare tanto. Posso benissimo vegliarla io. Anzi, se permettono, tornerò su al più presto. Vorrei solo prendere un libro.
Posso darle qualche consiglio? Oppure desidera sceglierlo da sola?
No, no, lo scelga pure lei. È più interessante scoprire il suo carattere che il mio.
E perché?
Oh, perché il mio è abbastanza comune. Il suo invece deve essere una rarità, almeno qui da noi. A Londra non so.
Non sospettavo si dedicasse allo studio dei caratteri. È una piacevole occupazione intellettuale.
Sì, utile soprattutto per distinguere quelli falsi dai sinceri, i modesti dai presuntuosi.
Ah, senza dubbio. E poi la provincia deve essere un meraviglioso campo d'osservazione.
E perché?
Perché, non s'offenda, ma con meno distrazioni, con minori contatti, qui la gente è più sola e diviene più originale.
Vuol dire eccentrica?
Sì, anche in un certo senso.
E un po' matta?
No, non volevo dire questo.
Ah, sarebbe sperare troppo. Io adoro la gente un po' matta.
Davvero? E detesta il buonsenso.
Quando è la base di un individuo, sì. Il buonsenso deve essere usato come un arnese, uno strumento, quando se ne riconosce la necessità. Ma non deve rendere schiava la nostra intelligenza, la nostra fantasia.
Lei ha un grande potere di convinzione, signorina Bennet.
Ma non fino al punto di mutare le sue convinzioni, vero?
Devo ammettere che ha capito anche questo. Ecco, questa è la mia scelta.
Jane Thompson, Il castello d'indolenza.
Vi si narra di un mago che attraeva ospiti in un castello, illudendoli che vi avrebbero condotto una vita meravigliosa.
Solo un mago poteva ingannarli così. Lei mi ritiene molto istruita, signor Darcy?
Tutte le signorine lo sono oggigiorno.
Tutte?
Sì, sanno laccare un tavolino, sanno coprire un paravento, sanno fare delle borse a rete e ritengono che questo significhi essere istruite. In realtà posso dire di conoscerne soltanto 5 o 6 nel cerchio delle mie conoscenze che siano veramente istruite.
Allora il suo concetto di donna istruita deve comprendere capacità eccezionali, vero?
Appunto.
Se è così, non mi sorprende che ne conosca soltanto 5 o 6 di donne istruite. Mi meraviglio anzi che ne conosca tante.
È dunque tanto severa verso il suo sesso da dubitare che esistano donne simili.
Io non ho mai visto mostri del genere. Ma se è vero che ne conosce anche una soltanto, perché non la sposa subito?
Signorina Bennet, non avrebbe desiderio di ballare questo reel? Le ho chiesto se desidera ballare questa danza scozzese.
Oh, l'avevo dita anche prima. Solo che non ho saputo decidere all'istante cosa rispondere. Lei lo so. Voleva che le rispondessi di sì per prendersi la rivincita del nostro primo incontro. E allora ho deciso di dirle che anche questa sera non ho affatto voglia di ballare con lei. E ora mi disprezzi pure se lo desidera. Buonanotte.
No, davvero. Non è questo che desidero.
Buonanotte a tutti.
Ach, mijn lieve mejuffrouw Elisabeth. Hoe is het met Jane? Wat kan ik voor u doen?
Ze is van plan even naar beneden te komen. Mag ik misschien uw boeken even doorkijken? Ik zou graag haar iets lezen.
Ach, maar natuurlijk. Gaat uw gang.
Wat een prachtige bibliotheek hebben jullie toch op Pemberley. Ik houd Charles altijd voor dat als hij zich voor goed gaat vestigen, hij dit moet doen in Derbyshire. Geen mooier graafschap in heel Engeland.
Dankjewel.
Schrijf jij je zuster?
Doet althans een poging toe.
Ik mis er erg, Georgiana. Schrijf we dat, wil je?
Goed.
Wat schrijf je toch snel? En hoe speel je het klaar om toch zo mooi regelmatig te schrijven?
Gaat vanzelf. Helemaal vanzelf.
Wat ik je verzoeken mag, schrijf alsjeblieft aan je zuster dat ik verrukt ben over de laatste ontwerp voor een borduurpatroon voor een tafelkleed. Dat met die bloemen en die vogels, werkelijk beeldig.
Vind je het goed dat ik deze extatische invoegsels bewaar voor een andere keer? Want op mijn papier is weinig ruimte en dan zou ze niet tot hun recht komen.
Mevrouw Jane Bennet.
Mijn lieve mejuffrouw Jane, wat een gelukzaligheid u weer te zien. Voelt u zich werkelijk goed genoeg voor dit ondernemen?
Ik blijf maar heel even en ik voel me werkelijk veel beter, dank u.
Oh, kom, gauw bij de haard. Zo. Kussentje. Voetenbankje. Zo, laat mij maar eens lekker verwennen.
Ik ben blij dat u zo snel opgeknapt bent, juffrouw Jane.
Dank u.
Ja, wij waren net bezig een paar boeken voor u uit te zoeken, maar er is hier helaas niet zo erg veel bij. Ik zal eventjes naar de bibliotheek gaan, hè? Om te kijken of daar iets voor bij is. Oh, Darcy, ga met me mee, dan kun je me helpen dragen.
Kijk eens, Jane. Dit zijn nu tekeningen die de jongere zuster van meneer Darcy gemaakt heeft. Beeldig, hè?
Ja, bijzonder.
Ja. En dit is, kijken. Dit is een schets van Pemberley, meneer Darcy's erfgoed.
Ijselijk mooi. Volmaakt omlijsting voor de heer Darcy, dunkt me.
Mejuffrouw Darcy lijkt mij een meisje van grote gaven.
Oh, die heeft ze zeker, buitengewoon. Charles lag dan ook meteen op zijn knieën voor haar van bewondering.
Kent hij haar al lang?
Sedert een jaar. Ze hebben elkaar in Londen ontmoet.
Dus nog niet zo lang.
Nee, maar de indruk die ze op hem maakte was dan ook des te heviger.
Juist. En natuurlijk is ze erg knap.
Oh, beeldschoon.
Een beeldschoon meisje dat beeldige schetsen maakt op een beeldig landgoed. We hebben daar nu wel een beeld van gekregen.
In ieder geval weten jullie het nu. Wanneer Charles plotseling naar Londen was vertrekken, dan is Georgiana Darcy de dringende reden. Ik heb een miniatuurtje van haar. Misschien willen jullie dat eens bekijken.
Doe voor mij geen moeite.
Ik zou haar gezichtje graag eens willen zien.
Dan zal ik het halen. Vergeef me een ogenblik. Pas goed op voor de tocht, Jane. Je ziet er nog maar heel smalletjes uit.
Lizzie, heb je gehoord wat ze zei? Ze wil niet dat de broeder met mij trouwt.
Laat je toch niet zo van streek maken. Hij houdt van je en nou wil zij er alleen van doordringen dat hij dat niet doet. Dat is toch duidelijk?
Nou, ik weet het niet zo zeker, Lizzie.
Zijn liefde straalt van hem af. Als mejuffrouw Caroline Bingley ook maar 1 partikel van al die vapeurs bij meneer Darcy had kunnen opwekken, zou ze nu al haar huwelijksuitzet in orde hebben gemaakt. De enige die jij tegen je hebt zijn Caroline en onze eigen familie. We zijn niet rijk en van lagere stand. Maar als hij je ten huwelijk vraagt, wat zeg je dan? Ja? Dat wil ik alleen maar van je weten.
Ach, mijn lieve mejuffrouw Jane. Darcy en ik zijn het over eens dat wij niet de juiste mensen zijn om boeken uit te zoeken voor dames. Zou je zo vriendelijk willen zijn om zelf eventjes te gaan kijken? Het is heerlijk warm in de bibliotheek en zoekt er beslist geen kalvatten. Mag ik de eer hebben u te begeleiden?
Oh, dank u.
Oh, Darcy. Ik laat jou het genoegen om mejuffrouw Elisabeth aangenaam bezig te houden.
Alsjeblieft, meneer Darcy, maakt u uw brief af. Ik houd mezelf wel aangenaam bezig.
Mijn brief heeft geen haast, juffrouw Elisabeth. Is het waar dat u zich bij voorkeur bezighoudt met het ontleden van karakters van anderen?
Wie heeft u dat verteld?
Oh, in een kleine gemeenschap als deze blijft zelden iets verborgen. Dus het is waar.
Ja, inderdaad.
Zo. En heeft u zich enig idee kunnen vormen over mijn karakter?
Op het bal dacht ik een indruk van uw persoonlijkheid te hebben gekregen, ja.
Oh. En mag ik u vragen welke deze indruk is?
Men zegt dat u trots bent.
Dat kan ik niet ontkennen. Wie eenmaal mijn afkeer heeft gewekt, kan er mijn ogen nooit meer goed doen.
En uw ogen worden nimmer, zo neem ik aan, verblind door één vooroordeel.
Dat hoop ik althans niet. Ik moet u bekennen dat ik vrij weinig vergevingsgezindheid ken. Beschouw ik iemand als een zwart schaap, dan zie ik hem nooit meer verbleken.
Dat is inderdaad een eigenschap die kwalijk is. Zo te vertrouwen op het eerste gezicht. Ik vraag mij af.
Wat?
Doet er niet toe.
U vraagt zich af hoe ik werkelijk ben.
Nee, want het heeft maar weinig zin mij daar nu nog in te verdiepen. We zullen spoedig uit elkaar gaan. En het is niet waarschijnlijk dat we elkaar dan ooit weer zullen ontmoeten. Daarom, laat ons inmiddels maar het beste van elkaar denken.
Charles, are you serious in meditating a ball at Netherfield?
When Nicholas has made white soup enough, I shall send round my cards.
Delighted Miss Darcy will be to receive such a letter. You write uncommonly fast.
You are mistaken. I write rather slowly.
Miss Eliza Bennet, allow me to persuade you to join me in taking a turn about the room. I do assure you it is most refreshing after sitting for so long in one attitude.
Why, I'll join you gladly.
Will you not join us, Mr. Darcy?
Thank you, but I must decline. I can imagine but 2 motives for your choosing to walk up and down together, and my joining you would interfere with either.
What can he mean? I'm dying to know his meaning. Can you at all understand it?
Not at all. But depend upon it, he means to be severe on us. And our surest way of disappointing him is to ask him nothing about it.
Oh. Pray, Mr. Darcy, do not leave us in suspense. Explain to us, I beg you, your 2 motives.
I've not the slightest objection to explaining them. You either choose this method of passing the evening because you are in each other's confidence and have secret affairs to discuss, or because you are conscious that your figures appear to the greater advantage in walking. If the first, I should be completely in your way, and if the second, I can admire you much better sitting here.
Oh, shocking. I've never heard anything so abominable. How shall we punish him for such a speech?
Nothing is so easy if you have but the inclination. Tease him, laugh at him. Intimate as you are, you must know how it is to be done.
I do assure you, my intimacy has not yet taught me that. Tease him, laugh at him. I would not so expose myself by attempting to laugh without a subject.
Mr. Darcy is not to be laughed at. Why not? I dearly love a laugh.
Miss Bingley has given me credit for more than can be. The wisest and best of men may often be rendered ridiculous by a person whose first object in life is a joke.
Oh, I hope I never laugh at what is good and wise. Nonsense and follies, whims and inconsistencies do divert me, I own, and I laugh at them whenever I can. But these, I suppose, are precisely what you are without.
It has been the study of my life to avoid those weaknesses which often expose a strong understanding to ridicule.
Such as vanity and pride?
Vanity is a weakness indeed. But pride, where there is a real superiority of mind, pride will always be under good regulation.
Your examination of Mr. Darcy is over, I presume. Pray tell me, what is the result?
I am perfectly convinced by it that Mr. Darcy has no defect. Well, he owns it himself, without disguise.
Oh, I have faults enough. My temper I cannot vouch for, and I cannot forget as easily as I should the follies and vices of others. My good opinion, once lost, is lost forever.
That is a failing indeed. I really cannot laugh at it.
There is, I believe, in every disposition a strong tendency to some particular defect which not even the best education can overcome.
And your defect is a propensity to hate everybody?
And yours is willfully to misunderstand them.
Let us have some music. Louisa, you won't mind my waking Mr. Hurst?
I've not the smallest objection. My husband will no doubt sleep without interruption through the last trumpet.
Do you not feel a great inclination, Miss Bennet, to seize upon this opportunity of dancing a reel? Well, Miss Bennet, will you?
Oh, I heard you before, but I could not immediately determine what to say. You wanted me, I know, to say yes, so that you might have the pleasure of despising my taste. I have therefore made up my mind to tell you that I do not want to dance a reel at all. And now despise me if you dare.
Indeed, I do not dare.
Was ever an evening so long, or the company so vapid? Charles, when can we remove to London?
Do you not feel a great inclination, Miss Bennet, to seize upon this opportunity of dancing a reel? Miss Bennet, I inquired who
I
you
heard you the first time, Mr. Darcy, but I was puzzled as to know how to reply. If I said yes, you would despise my taste in reels. If I said no, you would despise my taste in rejecting you. No, I do not wish to dance a reel. Now despise me if you dare.
Indeed, I do not dare.
Miss Eliza Bennet, let me persuade you to follow my example and take a turn about the room. I assure you it is very refreshing. Mr. Darcy, won't you join us?
Thank you, no. I can imagine but two motives for your choosing to walk up and down the room together, and my joining you would interfere with both of them.
I wonder what can be his meaning. I'm dying to know what can be his meaning. Miss Bennet, do you begin to understand such a man?
Not at all. But depend upon it, he means to be severe on us. And our surest way of disappointing him will be to ask him nothing about it.
I insist upon knowing his meaning.
Very well, you choose to walk about the room together, either because you're in each other's confidence, or because you're conscious that your figures appear to the greatest advantage in walking. If the first, I should be completely in your way, and if the second, I can admire you much better as I sit here.
How shall we punish him for such a speech?
We can all plague and punish one another if we have the inclination.
Laugh at him. We will not, if you please, expose ourselves by attempting to laugh without a subject.
No, indeed, Mr. Darcy is not to be laughed at. An uncommon advantage. I hope it will remain uncommon amongst my acquaintance, because I love to laugh.
The best and worst of men may be rendered ridiculous by a person whose first object in life is a joke.
I do not ridicule what is wise and good. I laugh at nonsense and follies, whims and inconsistencies, vanity, pride.
Vanity is a weakness, but pride, where there is a real superiority of mind, perhaps not.
Mr. Darcy has no defect. He owns it to himself without disguise.
Do let us have a little more music. Louisa, you will not mind my waking Mr. Hurst to sing for us?
Please wake him.
Miss Bennet, I have faults enough, but they are not, I hope, of understanding. My temper is, I believe, too little yielding. I cannot forget the follies and vices of others, nor their offences against myself. My good opinion, once lost, is lost forever.
You have chosen your defect well, Mr. Darcy. Implacable resentment cannot be laughed at. You are safe from me.
There must in every disposition be a tendency to one evil, one natural defect.
And your defect is a propensity to hate everybody.
And yours is willfully to misunderstand them.
Miss Eliza Bennet, let me persuade you to follow my example and take a turn about the room. It's so refreshing. Will you not join us, Mr. Darcy?
That would defeat the object.
What do you mean, sir? What on earth can he mean?
I think we would do better not to inquire.
Nay, we insist on knowing your meaning, sir.
Why, that your figures appear to best advantage when walking, and that I might best admire them from my present position.
Shocking, abominable reply. How shall we punish him, Miss Eliza?
Nothing so easy. Tease him.
Laugh at him. Laugh at Mr. Darcy? Impossible. He is a man without fault.
Is he indeed? A man without fault.
That is not possible for anyone. But it has been my study to avoid those weaknesses which expose a strong understanding to ridicule.
Such as vanity, perhaps, and pride.
Yes, vanity is a weakness indeed. But pride, where there is a real superiority of mind, pride will always be under good regulation. I have faults enough, Miss Bennet, but I hope they are not of understanding. My temper I cannot vouch for. It might be called resentful. My good opinion, once lost, is lost forever.
That is a failing indeed. But I cannot laugh at it.
I believe every disposition has a tendency to some particular evil.
Your defect is a propensity to hate everyone.
Well, yours is willfully to misunderstand them.
Shall we have some music?
Miss Elizabeth, let us take a turn about the room. refreshing, is it not? After sitting so long in one attitude.
And it is a small kind of accomplishment, I suppose.
Will you not join us, Mr. Darcy?
You can only have two motives, Caroline, and I would interfere with either.
What can he mean?
Our surest way of disappointing him will be to ask him nothing about it.
But do tell us, Mr. Darcy.
Either you are in each other's confidence and you have secret affairs to discuss, or you are conscious that your figures appear to the greatest advantage by walking. If the first, I should get in your way. If the second, I can admire you much better from here.
Shocking. How shall we punish him for such a speech?
You could always laugh at him.
Oh, no. Mr. Darcy is not to be teased.
You're too proud, Mr. Darcy. And would you consider pride a fault or a virtue?
That I couldn't say.
Because we're doing our best to find a fault in you.
Maybe it's that I find it hard to forgive the follies and vices of others, or their offences against me. My good opinion, once lost, is lost forever.
Oh dear, I cannot tease you about that. What a shame, for I dearly love to laugh.
A family trait, I think.